All right, so today I wanted to talk about what is one of the most important investing principles, and that is consistency, and especially consistency over the long run. And this is simply a compound interest calculator, right? And I'm going to demonstrate it because it's very easy to demonstrate here. So let's just start off. There's a handful of things to demonstrate here, but I think the most important one is the the importance of getting in early and staying in over the long run. So let's just say $500 a month is what we're going to do, and we're going to do it over 30 years. Let's say we're going to take a 8% interest rate. Okay, let's see what that comes out to. Okay, so we get $679,000. So right now, let's say we do it for another 10 years, right? We do it for 40 years. So let's say, rather than doing it from the time you're 30 to you're 60, you do it from the time you're 20 till you're 60 or 25 to 65, whatever. Let's just see the difference here, right? So we're at 1.5 million. We're literally um, more than double that amount, right? So this is the importance of not only getting in early, but staying in, right? I think this is a big mistake you see with people these days, and this is one of the main reasons why people are broke, and also why so many people, are so reliant on the government to get by, is that people don't save, people don't do all this kind of stuff. And let's just see the difference too of not putting in as much. Let's say you do half that, right? So we got 1.55 million. If we do 500, let's say we do half of that, right? 250 a month, right? So you got 777. So again, look at the difference here. Like, look at the difference, right? Um, that's not that big of a, like, $250 a month. Like, there's think of all the things you spend that much money on. There's people that probably spend that much money on coffee in a month, right? Car payments probably a lot more than that for most people. Like, the amount of money that people spend, again, rather than having 777 versus 1.5 million, that is a massive difference here. Um, Again, let's just go to 100, right? And this is for all the people that say, oh, I'm only making 20 bucks an hour, it's not fair, all this kind of stuff. But it's like, let's say you do $100 a month, right? That's something that even someone working a minimum wage job should be able to do, right? Yeah, you get 310,000. Again, that's not enough to retire on. And well, depending, if you live in some super cheap area, even then it might not even be possible. But again, like I say, just a small amount, right? Even let's say 50 bucks a month, right? Let's even go down to 50. Let's see what we get here. 155, right? So half of that. So again, people that make these excuses, it's like you don't have an excuse, right? You don't have an excuse. But let's demonstrate another important thing here. And this is the importance of taking, I would say, not unnecessary risk. A better way of putting it is calculated risk. Let's say you're a super conservative investor, right? $500 a month over that period of time gets you 1.55154 million. And let's say you're conservative, right? You put two-thirds of your money in bonds or half your money in bonds, right? Let's say you only return 5% over that time. Look, this is going to be amazing here. Look at literally half the money, right? Half the money. Just a 3% difference per year, and you get half the money, right? So this is the importance of, especially when you're younger, but I would argue that the old school model is broken. I think that we're forced to take risk these days, right? Putting half your money in bonds, once you're over 50, in my mind, or even over 40, doesn't make any sense, right? At least in my opinion. But this is the importance of taking some risk, right? And I would say you don't want to take risk in a stupid way, but again, like, we're literally talking about the difference of just a 3% return per year. That's not that significant. You literally end up with double the amount of money, right? Let's go the other way, right? Let's say you return 12% per year, right? You kill it. You hit it big on some, I think that crypto will probably, a lot of people will be in this, but let's say you return 12% per year, right? 4.6 million, right? 4.6 million, right? That's literally $3 million more than the guy who returns just 8%, right? So this is the importance, in my mind, of taking some smart calculated risks. This is why I invest in crypto, right? I don't think I'm not someone who's saying people should be putting massive amounts in it, but I think you're crazy to not have 1 or 2% in Bitcoin, in my opinion, right? Simply because if to get this extra return is vital these days. Like it's absolutely vital. There's no such thing as camping out in bonds and getting your guaranteed 5, 6, 7% like you used to be able to do. That just doesn't exist anymore, right? And it's probably not going to exist anymore, right? Even if rates go up, they're not going to go up that much, right? Because in my mind, you need to be returning at least 6%, probably 7% on a bond in a safe way to make it worth it. You can probably get that much, on some really low rated stuff. But again, that you have the credit risk there and the default risk there. So I just wanted to demonstrate a few things. And I think that the two principles are it is very important to get in and stay in as long as you can. And number two, it is very important to take some risk. Being overly conservative is not a good idea in my mind, especially when you're younger, right? Especially when you're younger, simply because if you don't do it, you're going to get killed, right? I mean, inflation's going to be the days of 2% inflation are probably gone, right? And this is the other thing too, is that yeah, 4.5 million, 4.6 million looks really good, but if inflation runs at 5% it's per year, which easily could happen. Maybe not over 40 years, but it could for a lot of that. It's not quite as good as what people think. But plus, again, like 4.6 million 40 years from now is it's going to be good, but you're not going to be filthy rich by any means, right? Um, and again, let's just dig a little deeper here, right? Let's dig a little deeper. Let's go back to 8%, which is roughly what the market average is over the long run. Again, let's just say that you're someone who wants to live it up, and let's say you wait till you're 35 or 40 to start investing seriously. Let's go down to 20 years, right? Um, you only got it's calculating, still calculating. You only get $274,000, right? Let's just see how much money you need to put in per month to keep up or to get to where the guy that does it over 40 years, right? 549. So again, we're literally doing double. Let's go to 2,000. Okay, so that's 1.1 million. So even if you do 4 times as much as the guy who does $500 per month for 40 years, you still don't even get them if you do it $2,000 over 20 years. So again, the most important principle is get in and stay in for as long as you can. And don't get emotional. Don't try to time the market for, in my opinion, that one of the biggest mistakes people make is that they get too emotional, right? Especially times like now, people markets are crashing. We're in a bear market. People are panicking. But at the end of the day, just look at a long term chart, right? And you know, let's just say the market does crash and stay crashed, right? We're going to have bigger concerns, right? Like if there's food shortages, are you going to be more concerned that you can't eat or that your stock portfolio is down 30%? It's going to be because you can't eat, right? So that's the thing. It's like, let's just say that the stocks don't return. You're going to have bigger concerns anyway. So in my mind, there's no reason to get emotional, right? There's no reason to get emotional. For anyone who's unsure, in my mind, all you do is you take a certain amount per month, you invest it regardless of where the market's at, right? You just put it in. Or if you want to get a little bit cuter, you can simply wait till you get, I would say, maybe 10 to 20% in cash, and then you start dollar cost averaging, right? I think that's something that, but again, in times like right now, I think that, the market as a whole is pretty good, right? A year from now, it probably would have been a good idea to start building cash, but right now, I think that there's a lot of good deals out there. So, anyway, I just wanted to make a video about this because I think it's really important and it's not talked about enough. So anyway, that's what I wanted to bring up today. So hit that like and subscribe and stay tuned for more.